It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cleveland group has been getting things done. The game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. In a league of giants, the NBA community loves to cheer for the little guy. One of the best ever players under 6 feet tall got to be Isaiah Thomas. Guys, just how is he able to dominate when he's listed at, what, 5'9"?
Yeah, I mean, his domination comes from his speed and quickness. And actually, it's an advantage. He uses his lack of size as an advantage because he sees avenues and lanes that typically taller players can't see. Great outside shot, what makes you cover him. This guy has the total package.
A short guy sees lanes that taller players can't see.
No question.
Anyway, he plays with zero fear in this game. Reminds me of a little bit of Allen Iverson.
So Isaiah Thomas, 5'9". Shaq, when he was born, you don't realize this, was 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
5'10".
Here's
You're
Kevin
5'10"?
Harlan.
5'10".
Wow.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Cavaliers are out of Cleveland as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in tonight's contest. Welcome, everybody. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us here at 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. The Magic are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Orlando before heading out again. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And I think for the Magic, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
No doubt about that. It hasn't taken them any time to announce that they're a different team this year. One that's ready to take the next step and join the ranks of playoff contenders.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. See if they got the message. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. And the Magic start out with the ball. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. We've got Richaun Holmes. Bledsoe is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's LeBron James. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Bledsoe for Isaiah Thomas, missed from long range. Bledsoe kicks to James. To Holmes. 5 to shoot. Here's Rose. It's tipped, and they get it back. This one for 3. No good from Bledsoe. So the Magic, their last game, a win against Philadelphia.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
They capitalized on so many opportunities. The offense tonight just extremely fluid.
And it's Vucevic missing. On defense, Orlando. The drive by James. Bounces high off the rim and drops. LeBron's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Cavs. Kick by Vucevic. Thomas outside. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Outside Rose. Drains it from beyond the arc. Rose has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that 3 when he's got some daylight.
Now here's Fournier, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Here is Rose. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. There's the pick. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Pass to James. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
LeBron takes on such a massive responsibility season after season and has just become so devoted to maintaining his health. That's the remarkable thing about his career. He just doesn't miss time with injuries. And if you've ever watched LeBron in the offseason, in between practices, in between games, the guy is a flat-out machine.
And as a player, Brent, what are those things that you did and LeBron does to speed recovery?
Well, cheeseburgers didn't help Kevin, but his workout regime, in terms of what he does with the weight training, the yoga, the hyperbaric chambers in there to calm his body down, slow the blood flow, doing the things he does while at altitude, traveling on planes. I mean, it's quite fascinating. It sounds like science fiction, but the fact of the matter is LeBron James does it to play at this level every night.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. The Magic getting the bucket. Rose passes to Holmes. Back to Rose. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Isaac. And he drops it in from the low post. Isaac's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And Isaac is, really breathtaking in transition. A long-legged forward who just devastates the defense with his speed.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Here's James. The Magic getting the bucket. Outside Rose. Back to James. Passes to Holmes. 4 on the shot clock. There's Rose with the 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Orlando, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Thomas goes in. That puts them in the lead. Thomas got his 2nd bucket.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
And so here's Cleveland. After the Magic pick up 2. Rose kicks to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Rose. Back to Holmes. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
You see LeBron just shrug off that contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
And Brent, when you look at the way LeBron has constructed his business empire, hiring his childhood friends to manage it, it's been talked about, but it's been successful.
Well, he's taken ownership, Kevin, of what his career has been, but he's also empowered those around them to have a future, to make a life. And he certainly is blazing his own trail as he's made his way through his career in the NBA.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. There's the pick. Bledsoe dishes to LeBron. There's Rose with the 3, but they recover it. Rose back up. The kick out to LeBron. Down low. And another shot. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. LeBron's got 10.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Count that one from Isaac.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Cavaliers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Magic have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Thomas against Bledsoe. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Now the pass to Holmes. LeBron kicks to Rose. Back to LeBron. The kick out to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Fournier kept alive. Pass to Isaac. Out of hand on it.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
James kicks to Holmes. For 3, Bledsoe. Rebounded by Isaac. And Thomas has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 7.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Now here's James. He had 35 points last game out. Outside Rose. LeBron kicks to Rose. Outside for Bledsoe. LeBron passes to Rose. Back to LeBron. Holmes, that's a screen. To the paint, another shot, and he lays it up and in. Holmes got his first points of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Gordon a screen. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. And Thomas has it in the corner. Picked by Vucevic. Thomas hits the bucket. Thomas got 9.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Powell kicks to Gordon. Can't connect from short range.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Ross against LeBron. Then jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
For Cleveland, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. Rozier, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Free throw drops for James. Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. Here's Payton. The Cavaliers making the shot. A drive by Vucevic. It's rebounded by Baldwin. For Cleveland, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. And stolen by Payton. To the inside. Rozier off on the layup.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Orlando's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Payton. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Elfrid Payton, the 10th pick back in that 2014 draft. And remember, the Magic looked at him as their point guard of the future. And last season, at times, he was coming off the bench. And it's been about that lack of progress as a shooter that I think is the biggest concern with this team.
And here are the Cavaliers now. There's the screen. And Shumpert kicks to LeBron. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. The Cavaliers, number 1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
The dish to Vucevic. Pass to Rozier. Pick by Vucevic.
2 minutes.
Down low. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And the Magic lead by 1. And for Elfrid Payton, shooting has always been his Achilles heel.
Yeah, as a defender, passer, penetrator, I think he's solid. But shooting has become so important in our league right now. He needs that perimeter shot to really have a chance to get to the next level.
Well, Willie Hernangomez does things the right way, this time executing in the screen and roll.
It's Powell on the wing. Vucevic dishes to Powell. Here's the floater. It's rebounded by Baldwin.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
So many years, and the body still holding up for LeBron James. Wow.
And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of number 1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
1:06 left in the first. Now the feed to Ross. To the wing on the left. Here's Rozier. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. This time they met in Cleveland.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Well, they built up the big lead and then let the second unit get out there and do their work. And you're right, the guys coming in off the bench were spectacular. They put up a ton of points.
And he makes the first.
Shumpert, an important piece to this basketball team. He comes in, he does a lot of things well, and accepts the defensive responsibility that is placed on him.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Now here's Powell. 8 points his last outing. He kicks it to Vucevic. Payton outside. There's the triple. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the shot goes in. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
He feeds it to Powell. He dishes it to Vucevic. Shoots over Pekovic. The Magic again can't hit. Baldwin. The shot comes out, and so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Cleveland leading by 7. So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got Nikola Pekovic. Amon Shumpert is out there with Baldwin. Then it's Henderson. Baldwin the pass to Pekovic. Dishes it to Henderson. 6 to shoot. Baldwin kicks to Pekovic. Passes it to Baldwin. Pekovic with a screen. Tries again. Great D that time from Vucevic. Well, Orlando shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Rozier kicks to Payton. Here's Powell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Puts up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
It's Powell on the wing. Feeds it to Payton. Picked by Vucevic. 11 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
A nice shot by Baldwin.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Shoots from 14, and it's Vucevic missing. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Shumpert passes to Baldwin. Covered by Payton. Some nice passing by Cleveland here, and stolen by Payton. Here's Rozier. His three-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Baldwin. Over to the wing. Pekovic dishes to Shumpert. The three-pointer no good. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Rozier. The teardrop falls in. Rozier's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Magic.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Kicks it to Pekovic. There's the pass to Baldwin. Pekovic with a screen on Ross. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Now we all know, Brian, you grew up in a real basketball environment. What effect did watching your dad and competing against your brothers and being in that conversation at the dinner table have on the development of your playing style?
Well, I think first and foremost what comes to mind, Kevin, is just competing. And it wasn't just competing at basketball. It was wiffle ball in the backyard, soccer in the fall, baseball in the spring, Monopoly during the weekends. So anything we could get our hands on that had to do with the game. Yeah, it was about that competition.
And what do you do now in retirement? Is there what do you find to stimulate the competitive side?
Well, I beat my kids in Monopoly, I can tell you that.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Orlando.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Gordon with no one around, off target from three-point range. Here's Baldwin, defended by Gordon, and he goes in for the dunk.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. The Magic trail by 12. On the wing, Gordon fires from deep. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Gordon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the left wing. Here's Baldwin, defended by Gordon. Baldwin kicks to Holmes. And here is Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Gordon. The dish to Fournier. Clock at 6. Pass to Vucevic. Poked away. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Gordon. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The feed to Henderson. To the middle. It's stolen by Vucevic. Now Fournier. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Holmes with the steal. Here's Daniels. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 9. Magic have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Thomas kicks to Fournier. Gordon the pass to Thomas. Gordon a screen. Takes a 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Trying to extend the possession so you appreciate the effort. Better just to head down the court sometimes and not give up a team foul in that situation.
Cleveland leading by 9. Here's Baldwin. A 17-point game for him in the win against Charlotte. Bledsoe outside. No good with the triple. Magic shooting 44% from the field in the second. Kicked away. And now in transition is Bledsoe. Here we go.
You don't want to give Bledsoe an open lane. That's inviting some trouble.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game. And didn't shoot it all that well from the line in the first quarter. Doing a much better job now in the second, up over 80%.
Gordon a screen. Here's Vucevic. They get it again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Magic shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. Opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
Out to the wing. Rose dishes to Bledsoe. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Magic trail by 11. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Brent, over the course of the last few seasons, we've seen Bledsoe move into more of a playmaking role.
Well, I think at the point guard position, you need to be a vocal leader. That's something that the coaching staff has continued and encouraged him to do. There's a lot of young players around him, and sometimes that guidance can help you be a little more consistent throughout the course of a 48-minute game.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Cavaliers. Off the inbound. Dishes it to Fournier. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Bledsoe against Thomas. Right side Rose. Holmes kicks to Baldwin. Just 5 to shoot. Hits it from 3-point range. Baldwin's got 13 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Fournier passes to Vucevic. Back to Fournier. Picked by Vucevic. Shoots off the screen. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look.
Outside Rose. Here's Baldwin. He's got 13. Back to Rose. He kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Baldwin. Launches it. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Fournier kicks to Thomas. Pass to Isaac. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Fournier. Vucevic, and it's put back in by Vucevic.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Rose. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. Bledsoe kicks to Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Thomas goes in. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Baldwin. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Holmes passes to Rose. A shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Ball's knocked loose. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Holmes. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Fournier. That one wide left.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 13. Bledsoe left side to stop the drought. And here's Rose outside. But they get it back. Stolen by Thomas. Gordon a screen. Pass to Isaac. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Terrence Ross is checked in for Vucevic, and it's Powell in for Fournier. Rose dishes to Bledsoe. James against Ross. Over Ross. And LeBron James gets it to go. James has got 18 points in the game.
And I would say look out. Right now, LeBron James is locked in.
Gordon a screen. There's 1:54 left in the first half. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 13. Hernan Gomez kicks to Rose. Bledsoe outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Thomas. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
And the Magic making a change here. Payton's checked in, and Cleveland also making a change. Shumpert's checked in.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know,
Look out. What a burst of speed. LeBron turning on the Jets, getting past the D, and the big hammer.
And the Magic with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. 55 seconds left now here in the second. And it's Gordon missing. The Cavaliers leading by 6. LeBron passes to Hernan Gomez. Baldwin off the mark there with the three-point shot. Payton with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. Gordon a screen. Payton dishes to Gordon. Stolen by Bledsoe. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And Shumpert surveying the floor and finding the open man, so a nice swing pass on that possession.
Well, Orlando's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Payton with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Powell with the screen from deep three-point range. That shot is off.
and truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
And so it's Cleveland in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, what have you liked about your team's performance so far?
I like our physicality. I thought we came out, started the game physical. That set the tone for us early.
Well, we'll see if they can keep it up, T-Lou. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Thomas. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Thomas kicks to Vucevic. Outside Gordon. Out to the wing. Here's Isaac. 5 on the clock. Fournier in the corner. The three-pointer, no good. Now Cleveland shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. LeBron James on the wing. Holmes kicks to Rose. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Fournier passes to Vucevic. He feeds it to Gordon. Thomas against Bledsoe. The high post shot. Thomas, no good.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
Bledsoe outside. Sinks the triple. Bledsoe's got 9 points.
Eric Bledsoe continues to work on that range to get more consistent. That time knocks down the 3.
Gordon a screen. Outside Thomas. Down low. Here's Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
When a powerful athlete, Brent, like LeBron James steamrolls his way to the rim, it's so difficult, so much stress on that defense. But who are some of the smaller slashers in the league that can have just as big an effect?
A couple of guys I think about, Kevin, is Otto Porter in Washington, Thad Young in Indiana, and Trevor Ariza in Houston. Although he likes to shoot threes, still a good slasher. Most of these guys, Kevin, play with guys who have the ball a ton. Wall and Beal in Washington, Teague and Paul George. So to be a creative scorer, if you're not shooting threes, you've got to find angles and opportunities as a slasher to put points on the board. Those guys do a pretty good job of it.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Cleveland.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
Fournier dishes to Vucevic. Here's Isaac. Another miss by Orlando.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. In third, the Cavaliers.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
I think about LeBron James, and it's not about the job, it's how you do the job. And he's been a professional every season that he's been in the association.
Vucevic is screen on Rose. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
The drive by James. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Vucevic. Outside Thomas. Orlando moving the ball around. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Gordon a screen. Fournier with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Fournier's shot is off.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
And a miss there on the triple. The Magic trail by 17, and Thomas has it in the corner. From beyond the arc, Fournier's shot is off. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall, 80% since the break. He's guarded by Thomas. Back to LeBron. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Thomas. It's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Rozier, he's checked in for Orlando. Fournier passes to Rozier. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
And taking a look at some stats here for Rozier, how last month turned out for him, he's putting up 6 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
This is where your character can be tested, his will to fight through this kind of adversity. But I think he's got a good chance.
James kicks to Hernangomez. Fournier against Rose. The Magic again can't hit.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
And James throws it down.
Oh, LeBron right through the defense this time. Incredible at finishing off that one.
The Magic trail by 19. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 4th in scoring, 4th in field goal percentage. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Passes it to Hernangomez. He dishes it to Rose. LeBron outside. Rose passes to Hernangomez. 4 on the clock. Shot from the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
Vucevic up top. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. Back to Vucevic. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. The free throw drops for Vucevic. And you look at the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. Brent, what stands out to you?
Well, he's got confidence. I would tell you, Kevin, I'd have confidence, too, if that number 23 was suiting up for me every night. But he demands accountability. He demands a respect for the game. And this team has had a tremendous run in the early stages of Ty Lue's coaching career.
Stolen by James. Inside, and Holmes throws it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Feeds it to Powell. Wide open. It's good. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
And I love how he sacrifices his body.
Isaac always ready to screen for his teammates, and you got to love his unselfishness.
Baldwin kicks to Holmes. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Baldwin. 15 points in the game. And Holmes throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Rozier kicks to Fournier. Here's Isaac. He's got 9. Now the pass to Fournier. Shot clock at 6. From 17 feet out. They grab their own miss. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
And the basket by Rose.
LBJ terrific when it comes to moving the ball. He has a strong sense for when his teammates are open and then when to deliver.
Pick by Vucevic. Rozier the pass to Fournier. Powell for 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
From deep, Rose, another 3 for Cleveland.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Powell dishes to Vucevic. Yes, it is. Or that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Back to Rose. Here's Baldwin. 15 points in the game. LeBron kicks to Baldwin. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. From deep three-point range. Holmes passes to James. Outside Rose. Pass to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
The Magic trail by 16. Rozier kicks to Fournier. Pass to Isaac from the arc. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 5th rebound in this one. Baldwin the pass to James. Shoots from 14. Does not fall. Only his 4th miss in 14 attempts. And Fournier kicks to Rozier. The dish now to Powell. Passes it to Rozier. The feed now to Fournier. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Yes, that goes in. Vucevic has got 10 points in just the second half.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
LeBron dishes to Rose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. When these players get to the free throw line, it's nearly automatic. The 2K leaderboard show us this month's free throw shooting percentage leaders. Derrick Rose is second.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Ross is checked in for the Magic. Elfrid Payton comes in for Terry Rozier. Good work there as it goes.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
.124 left in the third. Payton kicks to Powell. Now here's Vucevic, guarded by Holmes. It's stolen. Here's LeBron. That shot missing. The Magic go the other way with it. Takes the 13-footer. The shot by Powell, no good.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Ross against LeBron. Lets it go from 14. And the jumper is good. LeBron's got 9 points now in the quarter.
I like it when LeBron has that kind of rhythm. A one-piece shot, difficult to guard, obviously, but that's a good look from him.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here's Baldwin. Vucevic defending. Baldwin the pass to Holmes. Here's Baldwin. He's got 15.
He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
The Magic trail by 16. Payton outside. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Shoots over Holmes. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers on top, up by 16. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Magic shooting struggles apparent, 37% from the field. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, they've got Bledsoe. Hernan Gomez out there with Baldwin. Then there's Iman Shumpert. A nice shot by Baldwin. Baldwin's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Cavs. Payton kicks to Powell. Gordon dishes to Payton. He feeds it to Ross. The pass to Powell. Picked his pocket. Here's Baldwin. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Shooting for Cleveland. Baldwin. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and Orlando making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Good on both. Brent, it is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
Oh, so shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
Right wing, Gordon a screen. Good ball movement here by the Magic.
Cavaliers foul.
Payton outside. Gordon a screen. Kicks it to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
Dishes it to Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas with the steal. Ross on the wing. Guarded by Shumpert. Ross passes to Vucevic. Basket counts. Vucevic has got 14 points now in the second half.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Bledsoe for 3. Traps in the tray. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Payton kicks to Gordon. To the inside. Vucevic down low. Hernan Gomez covering. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Shumpert in the corner. Pass to Baldwin, and it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe against Thomas. Baldwin. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
He kicks it to Bledsoe. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Vucevic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Thomas kicks to Vucevic. Gordon with the screen for Vucevic. There's Thomas with the three. Nailed from three-point land.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Here's Baldwin, defended by Gordon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets, especially during international competition with the Olympics, that they brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too. Shot clock at 3. Payton attacking. That's tipped. To the paint. Here's Baldwin. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic trail by 19. Now here's Payton. Back to Thomas. Gordon kicks to Payton. Gordon a screen. Feeds it to Ross. For 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 6 points for Terrence Ross.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
And Shumpert kicks to Baldwin. Out to the right wing. Hernan Gomez passes to Bledsoe. Over Thomas. Bledsoe outside. Here's Baldwin, defended by Gordon. Pass to Baldwin. On the wing, Shumpert lets it go from deep. The shot comes out, and Orlando the other way now. Ross with it, now guarded by Shumpert. And here is Thomas. He dishes it to Gordon, passes it to Ross. Trying to find Vucevic, gets it to him. Banked in off the glass. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
Baldwin kicks to Hernan Gomez. Shumpert drains it from beyond the arc. And the Cavaliers lead by 17.
Well, Shumpert right now is just locked in. He's not allowing the defense to affect him one way or the other.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
So for the Magic, Isaac comes in for Terrence Ross, and Evan Fournier subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Now Thomas to the left side wing. Orlando moving the ball around. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
No doubt the size of Isaac is a problem for the defense. Excellent at using that long frame to draw contact.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
And the overall skill set that Isaac possesses really off the charts. A big man who can run the floor, but also with that wingspan can defend the rim.
And the dunk by James.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Vucevic's screen on Bledsoe. Upside Thomas. No good on that one. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Ron right side. The pass to Baldwin. Picked his pocket. Here's Isaac. In the corner, it's Gordon. Buries it from three-point range. Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Rose passes to Baldwin. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Tips it. It's rebounded by Baldwin. For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Rose dishes to LeBron. No good on the triple. The Magic trail by 15. And Fournier kicks to Thomas. And the rejection by James. Here's Baldwin. Outside Rose. Baldwin kicks to Hernan Gomez. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Solid screen there. Willie do good with the footwork.
The Magic have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Thomas passes to Gordon. And that one drops. Bledsoe with it. James outside. Outside Rose. On the wing, James. Hernan Gomez.
The young Spaniard, Hernan Gomez, a good finisher around the basket.
Pass to Isaac. Here's Gordon. And the shot falls short this time.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Here's LeBron. Over to the left wing. To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 19. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Baldwin. Orlando's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Gordon a screen. Here's Thomas. Up again. And it's put back in by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 18 points just in the second half.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Gomez.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Here's Thomas. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the fourth. Outside Gordon. Gordon a screen. Lock at 6. Here's Vucevic. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. James outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Got to be careful once LeBron breaks the seal of the free throw line. There's a lot of power and a lot of muscle coming at you. Usually it ends up with free throws.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And he sinks the second. Hey, Brent, we've seen a number of super teams created via free agency or trade. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's great for the league. I think it's awesome to see some of the great players play on the same court together and some of the chemistry that creates. But what's been interesting over the course of the last couple seasons, Kevin, is that we've had these young marquee players stepping up in environments and with organizations now that are must-see TV. So aside from the super teams, there are young players carrying their team to hopefully greater and greater heights that keep you interested in all 30 teams in the league.
Ross kicks to Biyombo. Got a hand on it.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Biyombo kicks to Powell. From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Cleveland. Hernan Gomez passes to Bledsoe. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Rozier. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, what a nice play. Just a coast-to-coaster by himself off of that steal.
And that one misses. Now here's Bledsoe. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We getting out in transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.